And joining me now in a Big Ten Network offseason chat, Zach Edey from Purdue, also from Canada. He's got it on his chest there. So great showing in Latvia. You guys were able to medal. Obviously not able to come home with the gold, but that's okay. Tell me about that experience.
I mean, it was a great experience just being able to play against international competition, kind of see what the competition level is like outside of America. Obviously, there's great overseas players. We played some great teams over there, but also get to see like some of the maybe the younger guys in Canada and get to see how they're progressing and how they're coming up, and be excited for maybe some of the future teams that we can have in these World Cups.
And what was it like to be a part of that experience, to know that you could come home feeling really positive about the experience?
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot for my confidence. There's a lot for my work ethic. Like I see that now. Okay, maybe last year, a year from now, I wasn't. A lot of these guys were very tough for me to face. A lot of these guys were very hard for me to face. But now, after a year, after doing like my work that I've done, kind of come back and see maybe I've caught up to these guys. Maybe I've passed some of these guys, or maybe I'm still behind like these guys. So I just need to keep working, keep doing what I'm doing, and showing that whatever I'm doing is working well.
Yeah, I mean, you were a double-double machine in Latvia. You've got the potential to do that on a game-by-game basis, playing with Travion Williams because he's back. How do you make sure you translate what you did in the U19 FIBA tournament next season in the Big Ten?
I mean, just keep working. It's nothing special about it. I just need to keep stick to my game, know what I'm good at, and just keep working on my game, keep trying to expand it, and getting good at just kind of everything, like my hook shots, my rebounding, my toughness, my physicality. Just make sure those are key parts of my game. Make sure I keep those parts going forward.
So, where was your confidence when you first stepped on the Purdue campus?
I mean, it was all over the place. It was kind of day by day. Obviously, you kind of every single year, like as a freshman, you're not sure what to expect at first. You don't know what the guys are like. You don't know what the team is like. You don't know maybe how the offense is going to use you. So at first, my confidence was all over the place. But kind of as I got into the rhythm of things, as the guys kept feeding me the ball, as the guys showed confidence in me, that also made me have more confidence in myself and made me have more confidence in my game. And that kind of started reflecting on the court. At first, I practiced, and then kind of got to be shown in the games when we started the season.
All right, so you were there. Your teammate from Canada, Caleb Houston's going to be playing in Michigan. Two American teammates, Jaden Ivey and Caleb First, were playing for the United States. Everyone had good tournaments that I'm rattling off. What are your quick impressions of what you could see from what you saw in Latvia with Purdue and with your Canadian teammate at Michigan?
I mean, obviously, I knew kind of what Jaden does and what he brings to the table. He's athletic, one of the most athletic people I've played with. Crazy quick downhill. He can shoot the ball, so I kind of knew what to expect going in. Didn't really know much about Caleb. I watched some YouTube videos on him just because I was curious, but I hadn't really seen him play before. But he impressed me. He's a skilled big man. He can shoot the ball, can do everything on the court. So it was great to see him, and now be able to see that kind of in our practices and in our pickup games, be able to see kind of what I saw at USA kind of grow and develop. And that's been great. And then playing with Caleb Houston, obviously people know he's just a great shooter. I think he can dribble a little bit more than people think, and he can get downhill a little bit more than people think, but he's a great shooter.
All right, so for next season, how do you mesh even better with Travion Williams?
I mean, just kind of working together. Like me and Trey, obviously, we have our like we're very similar players, but very different at the same time. We both love to battle down low. We both love to battle for rebounds, hit the other centers, play very physical. But we're also very different in the sense that he's a little more skilled. He can kind of shake you with his dribble. He can shoot a little bit more. Whereas opposed to me, where I kind of just use my strength, use my size, use my length to really disrupt games. So we're very similar, but just being able to kind of work through each other's differences and work through each other's weaknesses will be a big thing going forward.
And lastly, Zach, the expectations with this group, and this is what happens at Purdue, you know, experienced teams, they make a great run. Then there might be a little bit of a reshuffling, never like a down, but just maybe a little dip. And then it's back up. And it feels like it's back up. I mean, I got Purdue as my number one team in the Big Ten power rankings going into next season. I think they're a top 10 team. I think the expectations are sky high. What are you feeling there on the ground now that you're back from Europe?
I mean, it's been great. Just kind of seeing everyone putting in the work in, everyone taking it super serious. Everyone knows that you don't win games based off preseason rankings. You don't make tournaments. You don't make tournament runs based off preseason rankings, what people think you're going to do. You make those runs off of the work you put in over the off season. And that's especially important with us, where we're supposed to be good because we're supposed to develop. We're supposed to be a lot better next year because we're supposed to work and supposed to develop our games and our skill sets and our chemistry. So that's been like a big thing for us. We've worked insanely hard so far over this off season. Definitely harder than I've put in more work this off season than I can even remember, and it's just kind of started. So we all know the expectations. We all know how good we can be, but we've also seen teams even last year, even in the Big Ten, where they were supposed to be really good, and then they can maybe, I don't know what, some problems happened, and then they fell short of their expectations. So we're just working hard to even exceed those expectations and try to be as good as we can possibly be.
Appreciate it, Zach. I know we're going to be tracking you a lot next season for the Boilermakers, who I think are going to be really, really good. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.